Namaste from the beautiful Gaia resort. And wherever you are in the world, let's flow together to stretch, open and awaken our precious bodies to create more space for happiness, warmth and love to move in. Let's begin with some sun salutations. Inhale and raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, put a little bend in your knees. Come up to chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, place your hands on your mat, step your feet back into plank pose. Experienced yogis flow through chaturanga now and meet us in down dog. For newer yogis, keep your elbows glued into your sides and lower your body down to the mat. Resting on your belly, inhale and push your hands into the mat. Keep a slight bend in the elbows and keep them glued into your side. Push through your hands and feel your chest open and your spinal column bend backwards. This is a nice little gentle stretch for both the chest and the lower back. Exhale and come back down. Now just push through to child's pose. Deep breath here and then transition into downward facing dog. Breathe nice deep inhales and exhales here. Fill up the lungs with oxygen and exhale to calm your system and help those muscles in your legs relax. You may be a little tight in the legs. First thing in the morning, we're always a little more creaky than the afternoons. So just be gentle, pedal out the legs if your hamstrings or calves are tight. And keep your neck relaxed. Moving on, lift the right leg into the air for a stretch. Then bring it through to the top of your mat. Use the strength in your legs now to push you up into Warrior One. Your hips are aligned, facing forward, arms in the air and left foot flat, slightly angled toward the top left corner of your mat. Take a deep inhale. Then exhale into Warrior Two, splicing your arms down to look over your right fingertips. Left arm shoots straight out behind you. And we're going to do a little more warming and toning work here before we move on. So as we inhale, we'll bring our arms up and straighten our legs. As we exhale, our arms will come back down and our right knee will bend. Two more of those. Inhale, arms up, legs straight. Exhale, arms down, front knee bends. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, back down into Warrior Two. Keeping the front knee bent, inhale and arch back slowly to engage your lower back. Your right arm can come overhead if it feels okay, and your neck is relaxed. Exhale and come back up, flowing through Warrior Two to rest your elbow on your bent right knee. Or if you want a deeper stretch, bring the right hand down on the inside of your right foot and bring your left arm up overhead. Inhale here to stretch and lengthen the left side of your body. And as you exhale, bring both hands to either side of your right foot, left knee down now onto your mat. Push up to rest both hands on your right knee or raise them in the air, whatever feels good. And start to twist to the right. So your torso starts to twist to the right side of your mat. Everything else stays cemented into the mat. For a deeper twist, you can place your left hand on your right knee and your right hand grabs onto the back of your left leg if possible. Push both hands in to twist your torso a little deeper to help wring out any toxins. Twists like this are truly magical for getting things moving. Our food has a long way to travel in our body, and sometimes if we don't drink enough water, eat the right foods that pass through easily, bits and pieces can kind of get a little lodged and stuck along the way. So along with water, fresh veggies and fruits, these twisting poses can also help get the party started. Coming out of this twist, face forward, back to kneeling, we're going to now stretch out the muscles in our feet that can cause all sorts of pain in our legs and our heels. Our feet are probably one of the most neglected areas of our body. The muscles in our feet we very rarely think to stretch, but we're on our feet all day. So give this one a go. Straighten your right leg as you bring your body back to sit on your left heel. So you're balancing on your left toes. If you've never done this before, it will feel weird and probably a little achy because you're stretching the muscle fascia of your foot probably for the first time. Be adventurous, but be gentle. After a few times practicing this move, you'll find it becomes easier and it'll start to feel satisfying. So right now, it probably will be quite achy. Just ease in and out of it. You don't have to hold it the whole time. So coming out of that, rock back to the top of your mat. Place both hands on your mat and find your way into downward dog and breathe here. Relax the neck, lengthen the legs, charge your arms to help support you in this deep, satisfying, restorative stretch, and breathe. Okay, to make sure we're evenly balanced, let's rock through that flow on the left-hand side now. Raise your left leg into the air for a stretch, then bring it through to the top of your mat. Push up into warrior one position, arms up, hips aligned and torso facing forward. Your back right foot flat in support of the right leg, your left knee bent comfortably. You shouldn't feel any pain in this position. If you do, back out of the bend in your left knee. Only do this to the degree where it feels good and manageable. Be kind to yourself. Take a deep inhale, then exhale into warrior two. Splice the arms down and allow your right hip to open up to the right side of your body, bringing your torso to face more towards the right side of your mat. Gaze out over your left fingertips and breathe. Let's warm and tone here. So inhale, arms up, legs straight. And exhale, arms down, front knee bends. Inhale, come up, straighten the legs. And exhale, bring the arms down, front knee bends. Last one, inhale, arms up, come up. And exhale, back down into warrior two position. On your next exhale, start to arch back. Bring your left arm up overhead if it feels good. And inhale it back up through warrior two into side angle. So bring your left elbow to rest on your bent left knee. Or you can bring your left hand down on the inside of your left foot for something a little deeper. Inhale and bring both hands either side of your left leg now. Relax the right knee down to the mat and push up into a kneeling position with your hands on your left knee or up into the air. Setting up for a nice detoxifying twist on the left, right hand on your left knee, left hand grabbing the back of your right leg if you can reach it. Inhale and exhale, push your hands into your legs to deepen the twist. Take another deep inhale here and exhale. On the next inhale, come out of that back to kneeling facing forward. Slowly start to straighten your left leg as you bring your whole body back to sit on your right heel. Go slow and breathe deeply to allow the muscles in your foot to get a good stretch. Please note, this will feel weird if you've never done it before, but it is fantastic if you have tight calves, tight legs. This is better than any drug or pain relieving muscle cream. This stretch gets right to the heart of the problem. So do this after a long walk, a run, or even a day when you've just been on your feet all day. It is truly magical and gets a whole lot easier over time. Okay, coming out of that, rock back to the top of your mat and find your way into downward dog. Relax, breathe, and stretch your legs. Drop your knees to the mat and come to a kneeling position, staying upright. Check your toes are balancing on the mat, the soles of your feet are facing the back of your mat. And starting here, begin to sit back slowly now onto your heels. As you do this, visualize your feet stretching from your toes to your heels. All those little muscles surrounding the bones in your feet are finally getting to stretch and lengthen. So this is like a deeper version of what we've just done on both feet. Rest your bottom cheeks to sit on your heels and place your hands on your thighs. We're going to stay here for a little while, but throughout this, if it gets a little bit too intense, just lean forward and circle out your toes, but keep coming back into it. Give it a little go, warm up the feet, so rock in and out of it while we hold it. If this doesn't hurt or at least feel slightly uncomfortable, then I'll be amazed. It's meant to feel odd, just go with it unless you feel severe or sharp pain. It's not uncommon for this pose to feel challenging, so just breathe into it and come out of it when it gets too much. If it's too much right now, just work up to it over time. So begin today by placing both hands in front of you, lean forward to take some of the weight off your toes. You'll notice you'll still get a stretch in your toes and feet. You're just doing it with less pressure on your toes. Okay, come out of that and sit in a seated or kneeling position. Raise your arms up on an inhale, and as you exhale, walk your hands out in front of you, bring your torso down over your legs and breathe. Rest your head down, close your eyes and relax. Okay, come out of that by walking your hands back up and come down to laying on your back now. We're going to set up for bridge pose, the best, most natural relaxer for our back. We'll do 3 of these poses. After the first one though, the more advanced yogis out there, please feel free to rock into wheel pose if you want. Newer yogis, feel free to start with bridge and practice that. Totally up to you. There is never any pressure to do the more advanced moves until you feel ready. After this first bridge pose, I will do wheel, so you can watch the second one and then maybe try the third one, up to you. Bend your knees and plant your feet on the floor. Heels can meet the fingertips. Squeezing your knees inwards, raise your bottom off the mat and help this motion by pushing into the mat with your arms that are resting alongside your torso. Relax the neck and squeeze the legs in, the bottom up. And exhale, come back down. New yogis, stick with bridge or watch me rock into wheel now. This is definitely a more challenging pose and it activates certain parts of you that kind of excite your nervous system. So it's kind of cool, but also if you're new to this, you need to expect that when you come out of it, you feel a little buzzed. It's a natural high. It's kind of cool. So new, give it a go if you want to. Experienced yogis, as I always say, rock into this with care, rock out of it with extra care. Let's do this. Place your palms on the floor just above your shoulders with your fingers spread wide, your fingertips pointing towards your shoulders. Take a moment to set your foundation. Check that your feet are hip width apart and parallel to the sides of your mat. Root all 4 corners of your feet evenly. Activate your inner thighs so that they're energetically moving towards each other. Squeeze them in, don't let them rock out. Your arms are strong, your elbows are bent, and you're squeezing in as you lift up. So let's try this now. Press weight evenly into your feet and lift your hips and lower back off the mat, coming into a bridge. Pause here. Press into your palms evenly and lift your upper torso off the mat, bringing the crown of your head to lightly touch the mat. Reset your foundation here, so inner thighs and inner upper arms drawing towards each other, firmly rooting your hands and feet into the ground. Press your palms again to straighten the arms all the way, lift your head off the floor. Let the neck be long, relaxing with gravity, and breathe. When I first started doing wheel pose, I used to rock back and forward just to get a bit of flexibility in my body. It would also help bring attention to the amount of weight that I had in my arms and my legs. So you want an even distribution. You don't want your arms doing more than your legs or vice versa. To come out of that, exhale, tuck your head into your chest and lower slowly with your arms and legs gently. And just come to rest on the ground. Let everything go. Any tension out of your muscles just melt into the mat before we do that again. So set up again now, bring your heels back up to meet those fingertips. Legs are parallel to the mat. Bring your hands, your palms up beside your head. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, push up, bring your knees in, relax your neck, and just make sure that the weight is even throughout your arms and your legs. If you're doing bridge, that's totally fine. Just breathe deeply, make sure that neck is relaxed. And wheel, you can just move a little bit. It's supposed to feel good, so don't hold on to anything too tight. You just want to make sure that those knees are not flailing out, that they're squeezing in for proper alignment. But other than that, you just want to feel good in this place. So rock back and forward if it feels good. Maybe come up on your tippy toes if it feels good. And when you're ready, tuck your head into your chest and slowly lower down on an exhale. And I'm going to leave you here. So laying down, you can bring your knees up to your chest if you like, rock back and forward. It's up to you. I like straight after this pose to bring my knees into my chest. I grab my knees with my hands and then I just let my knees go. So it kind of feels like I'm being pulled into a really nice, relaxing, comfortable position. But you might just want to lay in Savasana, and that's totally fine. And just picture your whole body melting into the mat, relaxing everything down, taking deep breaths in and out. Close your eyes. This is still your time. And when you're ready, have a wonderful day or a really restful sleep, and until next time, namaste.